YouTube, we are back with the last round from our locals at Dean's this past weekend. I'm joined by my partner in crime, the Highwayman, TJ himself.
It's me, the Highwayman.
And we've got a pretty good matchup here. You know, I think we were talking earlier about how people are getting a little stir crazy, bringing some spice. We've seen Imperial kind of come off the shelf. We've seen Diaboro do some wild things on our previous video against Machine. But now we kind of have settled back into the meta. We've got a pretty good, I think, sort of head-to-head in today's format with Fenry, played by Shane on the left, and Red Hybrid, played by Guenther on the right. So I think a good meta showdown. This was the finals of the locals for that day, so both players were cooking with some sauce that day and doing pretty well, so it should be a good matchup. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let us know what you guys think down below. As always, like I said, please do feel free to check out our socials, which will be linked in the video description below, including our Twitter, our Instagram, our Discord, as well as our TCG player affiliate, and lastly, our YouTube membership. The links to all of that will be included, like I said, in the video description. We always love interacting with you guys and getting to know each and every one of our followers. So, you know, we'd be happy to have you. Be a good time. But without further ado, let's hop right into the round over here.
I gotta put together a Diaboro deck. I'm looking at cards right now. Will has convinced me. I mean, I think it's a smart investment right now in general. You know what I'm waiting for, dude? I want my Galacticmon support.
Hell yeah.
You know, give me my new Destromon so I can cook. Especially with all the new black options we have and stuff. Oh, trainings in Galacticmon.
Oh,
hold on.
Oh gosh, here we go.
About to get crazy. I gotta do something. Anyway.
Shane had a pretty good turn one. Had a Luga in the back and a training, picking up a Fasco, and now he's debating whether he wants to promote or not. Guenther just kind of threw down a Flamon to just kind of hopefully unbrick his hand, it looks like. Yeah. Decides to stay in the back and play out a purple Mem boost. Reveals 4 and will decide to pick up the Lugar, bottom decking. Everything else. And for those who know Shane, he's a very huge component of max raritying the deck, so it should be a somewhat blinged out Fenry deck.
Yeah, it'll be very pretty to look at for all you guys. And Shane has been playing pretty much nothing but Fenry. He tried Yellow Vaccine, I think, once during this format, and he just did not like it. It didn't go well. But Fenry, he's been playing a lot. He's been practicing a lot. I know I was talking to him a bit about it at the shop, and he was saying that like he's figured out a lot of different plays you can do with it. And he's a very, very smart player. He's very, very smart.
Yeah.
He's very good at capitalizing on opponents' mistakes and whatnot, or even baiting opponents into mistakes. He does it to me all the time. So I know it.
And I think he's and like the thing too with Shane is like once he gets cooking with a deck and once he gets to know it very well, he knows it in and out.
He does. Yeah. He's very practiced.
But we see him go into a Fangmon here, proccing the inheritable Baumon to go into Hell Lugar. Yeah, I mean that's fair. It will die, so he still gets to cycle. I mean, which is basically at the end of the day what you want to do.
He won't get the end of turn effect, so he doesn't get really any cycle. He doesn't actually.
He doesn't get the cycle.
Because it's the end of turn unless you delete this. You just want to draw 2. He does just have the ability to trash cards if he wanted to, but he'll just opt not to. Laguni does die when it checks the Hell Lugar in security. And as I was, gassing up Shane, I gotta gas up Guenther as well. Guenther cooked me earlier in the round. Guenther cooked me round 2. It was just such a fast Red Hybrid play, and he is running the Uko package.
Yeah.
Which is, man, dude, Red Hybrid's scary right now. It is fast.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This might be a hot take, but you're hearing it here. I think Red Hybrid's gonna do well at Nats in a week or 2. I think it's gonna do well.
I agree.
I still think it's got the gas to keep up with some of these decks. And sometimes you just don't know what hits you. I mean, look at this. I mean, we see Shane already down to 1 security. It's what, like turn 3?
Yeah. The Red Hybrid's only real issue is if it doesn't see Tamers. But the deck is so consistent now, having 2 Takuyas, that almost never happens. It's very rare for that to happen.
Yeah.
And with the Ooyy package, it's even faster than it was before, which is insane. Because most of the checks that Guenther was doing to me, he just rookie rushed me.
Yeah.
So, and because I didn't have Death X available to me, or it's not in hand, I couldn't do anything about it. Even if I did, it still would have been a big memory play. I still would have dropped it for like 8. And that's scary to do against Hybrid. Because if you give them too much memory when they have a Tamer in play, you know you're going to lose that stack.
I'm debating taking that to LA.
I don't blame you. I agree with you. I think Red Hybrid is definitely a tier 1 deck right now, even more so with the Uko package.
Ooh, we see a Death X out of Shane.
I mean, it has everything you want, right? It has DP climbing, it has deletion, it has it uses Tamer, so it has good protections against being like wiped out from most stuff. And there you go. That's game 1 right there.
As we're talking about how fast this deck is, game 1's already done.
Because that's the thing it is almost more of a race than Royal Knights is, because they are so much more aggressive than Royal Knights. Because Royal Knights kind of plays defensively while they set up for the big turn, whereas Red Hybrid, like, if you don't have a good board state by turn 3, you probably have lost the game. Unless they bricked horribly.
Right. And I mean, we see this in today's meta, but I think even more so with EX5, right? Like, as I'm starting to build, or like at least theoretically build, like Anubis and Melga, like a lot of these decks like don't really run a lot of security bombs. They're like running all the pieces that they need. Obviously, like Anubis wants their shit in trash, so sometimes you are giving them stuff to work with. But like, Red Hybrid doesn't care. Like, it's just like, let me just plow through security, you know. And I think it's beautiful.
And if you're running a deck like an EX5 deck that does deal in deleting your opponent's Digimon, it doesn't really hurt Red Hybrid all that much, because they like being deleted now.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of their inheritables give them stuff on deletion. Like the BT-12 Emperor grade lets them spit out a Takuya. When you pair that with other on deletions, sometimes you get all your Takuyas back. You get more. You plus on Takuyas off of an Emperor stack.
Let's see. Speaking of Uko, though, Shane running Uko and
I didn't expect that. What the heck? What's he doing? Uko, mom, what you doing in there? Did you skip past the baseball bat, you silly Billy? You shouldn't have made it that far.
Okay, Fang in the back. Not bad. Has an analog set up. Yeah.
Sort of the same thing too with like Fenrir. Fenrir's another deck where, like, if they see the right hand turn 1, they can be super explosive. So definitely not to discount that deck either. It's only going to get more consistent as we move forward with future sets with 15 and 16, getting more Fenrir support.
We see a Burning Ray to pop the Gabu, swings and hits a Helllugar, which will pop the Burning Ray. We'll get to play out a Takuya from hand from the Flamemon inheritable. And then plays out a Flamemon for free, pitching an Aldemon and drawing 2.
So now if he wants to load sources under, if he sees the BT-7 Takuya, he has that security, that option protection. Shane's sort of measuring the board state right now, trying to think. He knows that he's sort of stuck at 2. He's double checking memory. He put the Flamemon for 3. So now Shane's trying to figure out what to do. We'll push up the Fang. He'll return the Helllugar to pitch it. Yep, that makes sense. To go into it for 3. Draw off the Evo.
Is he going to baseball bet?
I'm going to check at 9. Man. He just can't get the cycle off it. We'll gain the memory off of analog at least. Pick
up the Luga off of it. Off the on deletion. Should hatch off of analog as well. Which is always the good play with that. You keep turn, you hatch an egg, you're able to go into a rookie and set that up for the next turn right away. And then Helllugar's on deletion still does proc, able to pop a level 3, so it does choose to baseball bat the Uko, and then trainings for 2. Not bad.
I'm not sure how he got the Lugamon back, because that's end of turn to get the Lugamon back. So he should have. Should have been dead after checking that Emperor, I believe.
So
I don't think he had jamming or anything.
Should not be there.
Yeah.
Are they talking about that right now? Maybe.
Not sure.
Guess not.
At least I think that Luga he grabbed out of the stack, which I don't think he should have, because I don't think analog grabs anything. Analog just gives you the memory and hatches an egg.
Correct.
I'm not sure what happened there, but anyways.
We see a Flamon get promoted. So question for you.
Yeah.
Koro or Yoko? Or does it not really matter in terms of
Koro.
eggs or red hybrid? Koro, right?
I think that Koro is more consistent in the fact that it doesn't care whether you're deleted or not. You draw a card anyways.
Yeah.
So Yoko requires you to have a tamer on board and be deleted.
Oh,
Koro,
that's right. Yeah, Yoko needs to
or
tamer
Yoko
on
requires
board.
tamer on board. I think I said Yoko the first time. I can't remember. But anyways,
Yeah.
Yoko requires tamer on board and to be deleted. Whereas Koro just says, hey, you hit a card in security, we're going to draw a card. Because you'll draw the card, and then battle will be checked. Because technically, you do the security check, the Koro effect activates to draw the card, and then the card is deleted after battle. Because battle is the last thing you do.
And speaking of
So
checking a card in security, unfortunately hits an AG, which sets up a lot with a training and an analog for Fenrir to do Fenrir things, potentially.
I think it's the same thing with the memory center Takuya, right? With the memory gain, where you don't, but where I think if you check an option in security, you wouldn't get the draw because you hit security. The security effect would be the most recent effect to activate, so that would activate first, and then your effect would activate. Like for example, like with the Takuya for BT-12, it doesn't gain the memory if it dies to an option when it checks security. But however, if it would add a battle in security, it would gain the memory first, then the battle would play out.
Gotcha.
So I don't think you would get the draw off the Koro. If you die to an option, but if you die to a battle, you'll still get the draw because that would resolve before the battle would carry out.
So you see Shane play out a Dracmon, setting up a Black Gato in the back. Does pass over 3 memory, which is scary because Atomic is definitely a thing. Hits an AG and then hits training, and that's it.
That is the game.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Oh, Shane's just sort of showing what...
Oh, what he would want to do. Okay.
Yeah, what he was hoping to try and do with everything he had. He had everything set up he needed.
Well, speaking of Red Hybrid being fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess did they just leave the recording on because there's so much time left in this video?
Well, that was a pleasant surprise on my end in terms of editing.
I guess.
But shout out to Guenther, though. I mean, well played, my man.
Thanks, Guenther, for making the short video. Thanks, Guenther. You saved Ben.
But yeah, no, I mean, well played. I mean, around like a total of 17 players going out undefeated. He has been cooking of late. You know, I think he's been like slowly doing very, very well with Red Hybrid.
He earned it, man. He's been doing really, really well.
Yeah,
he's been doing
shout
really
out
well.
to you, my man.
And I think I was thinking about this earlier, and I think that because I feel like Greymon, we're not seeing a lot of Greymon decks be played right now. I think a lot of people are either tired of it or not. Like if they do play it, it's usually Shine that gets played. Like Black or Gray is sort of in this weird spot right now because it sort of struggles against Yellow Vaccine and other decks that are just faster than it or have ways of getting around its protections. That I think Red Hybrid is just sort of free to run away with it right now because normally Black or Gray is one of the biggest counters for them in terms of tamer control and everything.
Right.
And so that's normally what kind of shuts them out. But unless they brick and they just lose the race. But because of so many other decks right now that can counter Black or Gray or get around its protections that Red Hybrid can't, quite do as well, it's sort of seeing less play. So Red Hybrid that trumps almost every other deck in the format right now is seeing a lot of play.
I mean, it's also got access to just a crap ton of stuff, right? Like Aldemon being able to prevent any potential security bombs that are in there from going off. You've got Atomic for extra aggression on an already a super aggressive deck. And you've got Crimson now, too. Like, it has perfect access to Crimson, which just shuts down Anubis for at least a turn, hopefully, if you can time it right. Like, I think it has a good
access to
matchup.
Crimson. It has access to the Gatsumon if you want to stop players by punishing one by effects. It has access to
Fire Drake. If you want to pop Melga like a stack, you can just go ahead and Fire Drake something.
Yep, you don't even have to do that. You just go into Emperor and you pop Melga.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then it also gets access to Dude, you said Crimson already. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. It's gone. It doesn't matter.
It's gone.
Deck good.
Yeah.
Deck strong.
This isn't meant to be a Red Hybrid sort of fanboy episode, but I mean, I just think it's in a really good spot. The more I think about it.
Is now. You best believe the hybrids are coming, and they're gonna be real red.
Catch me on stream. No, I'm just kidding. Um, no, but I think it's got good potential. So we'll see.
I
We'll
agree.
see. I'm definitely going to be bringing it and testing it before we go over there. Honestly, might just even play it on Thursday just to get some practice with it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But yeah, that does do it for the video. Thanks for tuning in and sticking past the match play and listening to us ramble. And honestly, you've been listening to us ramble this entire series, so like hopefully you're not too tired of it just yet.
Yeah, hopefully we're still having fun with our awkward jokes and stupid laughs. And hope you guys had a good time with us.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys can keep tuning in. Thank you for, continuing to support us, support the channel, and, making all of this possible. We aren't here without you guys, so a lot of thanks does go out to the community. And we'll, kind of be bringing out some more deck profiles, I think. We've got EX5 around the corner, so before we even started recording all this, we had a couple ideas of how we wanted to change up some of our deck profile videos and kind of bring some kind of fresh takes for you guys. So be on the lookout for those. We'll be kind of partnering together, hint, hint, on some interesting kind of, meta calls, non-meta calls, and everything in between. So that should be a fun series to look out for on top of the commentary that we'll be getting in between. Trying to get some content out for you guys before Nat season comes in. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully it's something you guys can look forward to. But enough rambling. We will catch you on that flippy flip. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.